All right. Boys would be boys. Um, the abuse by men started when I was 9. Um, First, there are 2 singers that I want you to find. One is named Paloma, and the other one is named Sophia. I call them vagina warriors. Please find them, listen to their message, and turn it on to the young women and men around you. It's amazing stuff. All right, so I was 9 when it started. Men touching me inappropriately, talking to me, touching me inappropriately. Ard when I was 10 by several. And a predator in my own home, in my own bedroom. So it's always been there. And I'm not alone. I sit down with a room of 15 women and 10 of them will tell you something sexual happened, and 3 or 4 of them will use the R word. The other couple will use pedophilia. Some will use sexual harassment. Something has happened to those women by men. Boys will be boys. Yes, I know he's in the 6th grade and he touched you inappropriately on the playground, 3rd grader, but he likes you and he doesn't know how to say it. Boys will be boys. These boys who are not being held accountable grow up to be pedophiles, predators. I was in the 4th grade. I can't tell you what I had for breakfast this morning. I can't tell you. But the man that exposed himself to me in his car, I ran. His license plate, I was in the 4th grade. I'm 64. His license plate is KSU 966. Now, I'm 64. And for the rest of my life, every once in a while, that fucking license plate would just start going through my head and I couldn't get it out of my head. Cops knew who he was. He didn't do anything. He was just, exposing himself. I was walking home from school, guy in handball courts, ripping one off because there were girls playing basketball next to it. Everywhere. Boys will be boys. I'm saying this because I have an 11-year-old granddaughter. And we can't go anywhere without her being hunted. And it's hunted. We can't go anywhere without predators being in the environment that we're in. She's 11. Oh, this almost... I was going to say 11 going on 30. Do you see how... She's 11 being 11. But do you see how that wanted to... Girls have been womanized as early as 8, 9 years old. Me growing up, it was in our music, it was in our TV, it was in our books, it was in our schools, it was in the girls at a certain age become women and they can be treated accordingly. I'm 12, I'm walking down the aisle at Kmart. I have 40-year-old men come up and say, you're so attractive and you're so sexy. I'm 12. They're 40-something. Thank you, sir. Went to the green store. I call it the green store with my granddaughter. It's a store where you can get, $1.25 stuff, $1.50 stuff. And we go there. We enjoy it. It's a fun time. And so we're walking around, and it's a busy Saturday, It's just busy. And we walk down, I call it the girl aisle. Oh, that 11 going on 30. Oh, my God, that was a gut punch. She's 11, being 11. So we go down the girl aisle, and I call it the girl aisle. It's got, makeup, hair dye, hairband, etc. Right? It's the girl aisle. It's where young women and girls go to explore who they are in that aspect of their life, right? And We turn the corner and there's a 300-pound, bald, 60-plus-year-old man looking at hair dye with young women and girls running around him. Him moving back and forth so he can be closer to the young girls. I stood behind him. He saw me. He walked away. Next time, I'm not going to be silent. We went back to that aisle, and he was in it again. He saw me, and he left. These stores knew who they are, and they let him in. There's one on Main Street that we love to go to, and we can't anymore because she was literally hunted down like a fucking rabbit. Everywhere. At one point, there were 3 men hunting her down in that store. We had to leave. And I told the guy that was cashiering, and he's just cashier. I said, "You got predators in here, man. You know that?" He goes, "Yes, there's not enough wood chippers in the world, and there's nothing I can do about it." I said, "I'm not blaming you, bud. I get it." We go out. We walk down Main Street. I turn around, and there's 3 or 4, following us like FBI undercover. We had to get in our car and leave. We couldn't go there. She couldn't play in her own fucking front yard because there was a pedophile down the road that would hide behind the tree line. She was never unsupervised. So, in my world, literally, it was everywhere. I mean, I don't know if I said this already, but Brooke Shields, Twiggy, I mean, just look at it. Rock stars marrying their 13-year-old cousins. 15-year-olds, being forced to marry an 18-year-old, 16 kids. And this just happened, living in deplorable conditions. They said cattle are treated better. And a couple of them were on the verge of death. And come to find out, she was signed over like a fucking Buick to this family to marry his 18-year-old son at 15. Is she a victim? Yes. Is she a grown-ass adult and could have done something about it? I don't know. I wasn't there. I know I didn't say anything about my abuse for a long time. No judging. Whew, that 11 going on 30 just, oh my God, Deb. But you see how easy that is. We want to, and it's the same with, boys, right? This is a video about women and girls and predators. They're everywhere, fucking everywhere. And the older you get, the more you're aware of it, and it's less, like, oh, fucking, it's been there forever, right? You get, it almost becomes normalized, in my generation, my age. But to see that again with my 11-year-old granddaughter, woof. And it started when she was 4 or 5. Boys will be boys. If you do not hold them accountable as young men, young boys, they will grow up and they will hunt your grandchild, your granddaughter, like she's a fucking rabbit. Boys will be boys, fuck you.